This video is for aspiring video game creators out there. How do you create engaging, exciting content for players? Firstly, you need to make an item that the player is striving towards. You need to have an end goal. For example, players will have to go to a dangerous bastion in order to obtain the netherite upgrade smithing template. It's hard to find, dangerous to obtain, and that is what makes netherite more of an achievement, because it is difficult but still attainable. That is indeed worth it. The reward needs to be balanced with how difficult or dangerous it is to get the item. Now let's take a look at diamond armor and tools with all the perfect enchants. This used to be a very difficult thing to achieve, and pre-mending, even if you did get everything, the tool or armor would still eventually break, unless you were constantly repairing it. As of 1.9, mending was added and it changed the game. You have to have mending on all your tools and armor so that once you get the perfect gear, you can keep it. And now the focus of Minecraft is to get good XP farms to repair your gear. And the only way right now to get mending is to trade with villagers or fish. Or you can find armor and tools in the end with mending on it, but that's not very consistent, nor is fishing. So what does almost every Minecrafter opt for? Villager trading hall. I found myself doing nothing but trading with villagers in my personal hardcore world. I create farms that I used to trade for emeralds, and then I use those emeralds to get books, and that is all that I do in the world. I've caught myself saying villagers are really OP, and they are. You can literally just chop down spruce trees or create a good pumpkin/melon farm, and with villagers you can create the perfect diamond gear out of thin air. No mining required. Which has completely thrown out the first word of Minecraft. Villagers needed to be balanced, and everyone could see that. But the way that Mojang handled balancing them, was it the right way to go about it? No. I really don't think fundamentally changing how villagers work is the right way to go about it at all, because it's almost unattainable to the player to even get the perfect gear now. Villager trading halls are going to become a thing of the past, at least for me and my playstyle. If I want perfect gear, I'm not going to have 7 or 8 different trading halls in different biomes to get all the different kinds of books, just for them to not even have the best variant like efficiency 5. At best, you're going to be getting efficiency 3, which to me isn't worth it. Especially when it comes to something like boots. There are 8 different enchantments that you can put on your boots. There is protection, soul speed, thorns, feather falling, unbreaking, mending, depth strider, and frostwalker. The last 2 being mutually exclusive. You can only have a total of 7 enchantments on your boots. And it's extremely hard to get all of those on your boots unless you have a villager trading hall because of this error message. I think we can all agree that once we have like 70 XP levels, we're all tired of seeing too expensive. There are extremely efficient XP farms out there, which is why I think Mojang should just completely get rid of too expensive. Because you put in all this work to get all the enchantments at all the different villagers that you've set up in different biomes. You should at least be able to combine all of these books together onto your boots without getting the too expensive message. If it needs to cost 50 levels, then just let it cost 50 levels. Have something for the player to strive towards. Let it be a lot of work. It's hard to get 50 levels, but at least it would be achievable. I think nerfing the villagers like they did is fair, but there needs to be some alternative. Because at this point, it's just pissing the players off. Don't piss your fan base off. Villager trading halls are really OP. But they are a huge hassle. They're really annoying to set up, and the way that Mojang is handling it is just making it even more annoying than it already is. I can only really get behind this change if they were to make some sort of alternative, some other way to get mending books in a fun or engaging way. Maybe mending books are a fairly common loot in the new trial chamber. All of the other enchantments you can get on an enchanting table save soul speed, and mending could be more of a fun, challenging one that you get from exploring. Having enchantment books be exclusively gotten in only one way isn't a new concept to Minecraft. You have to trade with piglins to get soul speed. You have to raid an ancient city to get swift sneak. Maybe they just make it so that mending can't be gotten from villagers anymore and you have to explore the new trial chambers. That is more so how I would balance attaining the mending book. As it stands, it is way too overpowered and way too easy to get, but the way that they are proposing it is really annoying unless they introduce swamp villages. Because if you want mending, you're going to have to set up some sort of swamp village yourself, which can be really tedious, having to find a village, grab a villager, take it all the way to a swamp, and then go back to said village, grab another villager, bring it all the way back to the swamp, and then breed them up, and then all that work just for one book. And that work is not fun. It's not engaging. It's not something that players really want to do. It doesn't create a fun experience for the player. My proposal is that we make it fun, incorporate the new updates, make this new content that you are creating useful, make it something that the players actually want to do. The only reason that players even explore the ancient cities is to get Swift Sneak, for the most part. At least in my experience, that's one of the only reasons I ever go down there. All the other loot is kind of garbage and easy to get in other ways. That's the only thing that makes that danger worth it to me. Now, the new trial chambers, there's not a lot of good loot that I can't get elsewhere easier. So there's no reason for me to go there and explore it unless they make a new unique enchantment or tool or item that you can only get there. That is what drives people to explore the things you create. There needs to be an incentive. There needs to be a balance.